In a league where only one team can win, where do you get your fantasy football fix? Right here, right now. 32 teams, the real fantasy football show. And now your hosts, Philip Galinsky and Heath Kelts.
Let him eat! Let him eat! Let him eat! Let him eat!
Who do you want to eat?
Kobayashi.
Let him eat.
Let him eat.
Unbelievable weekend. Independence Day.
Yep.
Kobayashi making noise. The receivers in the NFL making noise. LeBron making noise. Now, LeBron, I'm so happy you got rid of worldwide mess, because that's what I call him. He's a worldwide mess, that guy.
He's behaving like LeBronica these days, I think.
You got rid of worldwide mess. Worldwide mess. Don't come to the NFL. We don't want you here poisoning and polluting the best athletes in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Philip Galinsky, your co-host for 32 Teams, the real fantasy football show. We are in July. This whole month is dedicated to receivers. And I am here with the captain of the clipboard, the man with the master plan, the man that's going to get you in first place. Ladies and gentlemen, my co-host and pilot of this hour of football in July, Heath Kelts. How are you, sir?
I'm excellent. How are you today, Philip?
You know, Heath, you look rather lovely today. It's rather dashing.
I know, you do too.
Did you have something special to eat today, or?
I just had a sub up the street. I think it's these wonderful shirts that we've got here.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, their product placement is now available. If you go to cafepress.com/32teams, you can get some lovely fantasy football merchandise. Now, the black shirts are kind of exclusive. It's kind of like that Amex black card. So you have to really earn that. And how you earn it? You download the show. You iPod, you iTunes, you eyeball. Get it downloaded. Watch it live. And call in. And we do have someone on the line. But right now, as you can see, our technician, Rudy, is showing you the wonderful clothing line that you could purchase at cafepress.com/32teams. The pink t-shirt, the yellow t-shirt, the bag is a really nice, because you could put all your paraphernalia in your laptop, everything when you go to your draft.
That's right.
And all our downloaded shows to know who you're going to pick. So, ladies and gentlemen, do that. Remember, you go to chataboutit.com, look for 32 Teams. That's where the show is housed. It's also on iTunes.
That's right.
And live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. And, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of the caller, let me give the number out to call in. That way we will know, and you will know, and every question will be answered all live here tonight. 877-242-8212. Now, before we go to the good, the bad, and the ugly, do you want to talk to our caller first?
Well, I just want to correct some things and update some things from last show. Last show, I said that Ryan Matthews was from San Diego State. I was just talking about San Diego. He's from Fresno State. I know the difference about that. I wanted to update. Fred Taylor, I think, is going to be on the bubble in New England, and just from some stuff that I read this week. And our boy Quentin Ganther, who is making life heck for Justin Forsett. Things are looking better for Justin Forsett, because now Quentin Ganther, he's had a little bit of a DUI difficulty, and I don't think he'll be running footballs into the end zone all 16 games of the NFL season this year. Too bad.
I didn't think so. So the way the format of this show today is, we're going to go through the receivers, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Which means we're not going to be in alphabetical order.
No, we're going to be giving our engineer fits on what graphics to throw up and when. But before we do that, she is a #1 fan. She's a loyal listener, loves the show, has nothing but good things to say about it. Down in Hotlanta, Kate, are you there?
I'm here, guys. How are you tonight?
Excellent. How are you?
Good, thanks. I know that you're talking about receivers tonight, but I have a question. My league has gone to PPR.
Oh, boy.
And this is new for me, so I want to know who you think the best backs are to choose in this kind of format.
Wow. Backs who catch the football.
So explain because I'm not in a PPR league. What is PPR, just so everybody...
Points per reception.
Okay.
Yeah, and there are a bunch of different permutations of it, so I'm going to ask you a couple of questions real quick. Do all receivers, running backs, and tight ends receive 1 point, or do some receive like 1.5? Sometimes tight ends do that.
All 1 point.
It's all 1 point. Okay.
Yeah.
What you're going to do, as far as backs go, you want to take a look at... let me just go to my backs here. Chris Johnson's really good.
I had him last year as a fluke. That was great.
Wow, yeah. Maurice Jones-Drew is really good. I mean, I'm telling you things like water is wet, right?
Right.
Ray Rice is really good. And Frank Gore, not so much in a PPR format. Michael Turner, not so much in a PPR format.
What about Reggie Bush?
Reggie Bush is a good later pick in a PPR format. I have him as like a 7th rounder. And but I think you're going to have to get him in the 5th round in a PPR league, because that's what he does. He catches the football for them. He really doesn't run the football all that much for them.
Right.
But last week, we had a guy that we both agreed on. He's a semi-sleeper, and in a PPR league, I think he would do well, is Leonard Weaver.
Yeah, Leonard Weaver is one of those guys who's like a late guy, but I mean, I wouldn't target him.
No, but if you're sitting there going, a fullback that catches the ball.
In the 15th round, sure, yeah. I mean, that's the kind of value that you're looking to find. Just go through all of your running backs and see who's got reception totals in the 50s and put those guys up first in your PPR standings, and then the guys who don't catch the football as much, downgrade them some.
Do you get a in this PPR format, do you think that there's more value in a third down back? Like a guy that just comes in on third downs?
There can be, but it depends on who he is, and it depends the system that he is in. You know, I mean, Reggie Bush has value because they use him in that way. I mean, where you get another third down back, I'm going to say, like C.J. Spiller, we don't know how they're going to use him in Buffalo.
Kate.
Does that answer your question, Kate?
It does. Can I ask another quick one?
Sure.
Tony Gonzalez, any gas left in that tank?
Oh, yeah, definitely. He's Tony G. Think about him. Look at the last 2 seasons that Shannon Sharp had, and then go one more before that. And I think that you're going to get something between the third to last season and the second to last season of Shannon Sharp.
Okay.
This year. So go back and look at those numbers, and I think that's where you're sitting with Tony G. I'll get to him at the end of the month or the beginning of August, and so you'll get my full analysis of him. But he gets too many targets there because there's no other guy besides Roddy White who's really going to catch a lot of targets in that offense. So it's Tony G and Roddy White and then everybody else.
Kate, before you go, what place did you finish last year?
Out of 20 teams, I came in 4th, and it's all female league, actually.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a great time. And, guys, thanks very much for the answers. I appreciate it.
No problem.
No problem. Thank you, Kate from Atlanta. That was great. 20 teams. That's amazing.
Yeah, how do you round out a draft? Well, they must have like 12, 14-man rosters or something.
Something like that.